Hello and welcome to the Parisian Blossoms card making kit of these three gorgeous cards. There's one with a gatefold, one that has the recessed panel in the centre, and this one with the concertina fold. Okay, let's begin with this one first. Okay, when you get your envelope, make sure you get everything out of it so you've got all your bits and pieces. Okay, here's the card base, scored and ready to go in the gatefold. Okay, now I have used greetings from the Share Sunshine PDF download for Stamping Up fundraising for COVID-19, but your kit will have some blank panels for you to do your stamping on for inside and outside. Okay, so that's what yours will look like. Rightio. Now, you've got several pieces of paper and cherry cobbler cardstock. Let's get started creating the layers. You can choose which side of the paper you would like. There's this side with the keys and locks, and the side with, I'm rather taken with the fleur-de-lis, so that's the side I've chosen to feature on my cards. There's a very, very small border on your cherry cobbler, just so that it doesn't take away from the beautiful paper. Okay, this one goes right in the middle in the centre. Okay, and then your two gates, have your two pieces of paper and two pieces of cherry cobbler. 1, 2, right in the very centre there. And then this one, right in the, oh, up a bit. Okay, and then these can go on either side of the front of the card. One, and the other. Make sure they line up there. Okay, so there's your basic card done. Now, we'll do the inside first and then we'll finish with the front. So, on the one on the inside, this one I think slightly smaller, slightly different. So this is the one I've got on the inside. You can choose whichever way you want to go though. You can go this way or the other way. I think I actually like that better than what I've done my original card. So just flip that over there and pop that there. Okay, so there's my inside greeting, and on the outside I'm going to repeat the same thing. Now, because this is a gatefold, we have to remember that there's only glue on one half of the fold. Okay, you don't want to glue the whole back of it and stick the whole thing together. Just going to flip that over, use my dividing line as my measuring stick, and before I glue that down, oh no, not before, after. So put that in the middle. Okay, so there's no glue there, and I've got my gate attachment. Rightio. Now my greeting was a little bit small, so I'm just going to stick it on the, but you just get the large piece for your card. Okay, and then on the back of this panel, we've got our two lovely swishes. Mine are all tangled up. No, I haven't popped out all the pieces. You just have to gently pop out the pieces on your swishes. Use my take your pick tool to just pierce that bit there, and this one. This is from the beautiful Parisian dies. So this card kit finish features these lovely swishes, and it also, one of the other cards features the Eiffel Tower. Alright, so I want to stick these that one underneath there with a little bit of glue and a little bit of glue under there. Okay, so I'll just get this piece ready. Stick that bit under there. Oh. And then I'll use a little bit of liquid glue just in some strategic spots, just a tiny little bit. It's nice strong glue, you don't need much, and it's easier to manage if you've got less rather than more. Okay, close my... Now I'm going to... I did wonder whether I was going a bit wild there. Stick that there. Put my greeting over the top. Stick. Got slightly gluey fingers. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of using liquid glue because I don't like the feel of it on me. Okay, and then this little guy, he goes on the other gate. Once again, just a little bit of glue. Put that upside down and stick that one on there so that when the gates are closed, you've got the lovely flow from top to bottom for the swishes. Okay, so that's the first card done. And the next one is the beautiful pool party card with these gorgeous papers and the doily. Okay, now this one, fold it in half and then the front folds back. And I've left it not exact because I do want to make this piece here part of the feature of the card as well. Okay, rightio. So once again, that's my greeting and yours will come like that. Okay, got lots of bits of paper, so here's the one for the inside, and then you can choose which side you like. I was going for a monochromatic theme here, so now these two pieces of cardstock are not exactly the same size. The smaller one goes on the very front panel here, and the slightly larger one, you can choose which way you want to go. I think I'm going for that. Goes on this panel here, so that when it's open, I'll show you on this one, when it's standing you can see the different layerings of paper. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, pop my cardstock down. Now, as I said, you can choose to make your card petal pink or pool party with the pattern paper. It's up to you. This one on that panel there, and my paper over the top of that. There we go. And then the inside of the card. Here. Okay. There's the basics of your card complete. Now on the inside of the card, I'm just going to stick, now you have just your little thing there that you can stamp. Actually, I'm going to put this on the front of my card because I like what it says better. Okay, then on the inside, I'm going to put my doily, And because it's a doily and we want to use it to overlap on the top, I've got another circle put on the other side of the doily, which gives it extra strength and extra room to... Remember, we only want glue on this part because it's overlapping, so just flip it that way. Use my line. Flip it again. And there's no glue on the inside. And then I'll just put my greeting right underneath where that would overlap so that you can't see it when the card is closed, but when you open it up you get a little surprise. Okay, that's the second card done. Now the third card, the recessed panel card. That's this one here. Now with this card I've given you a little bag of sequins, okay? I won't stick them on for the demonstration, but what I've done is put liquid glue and just throw on as many sequins. And you've got more than you require for this card, so you can throw them on the other cards as well to your heart's content. Okay, there's the card base. I'm just going to set that one aside because we're going to create, look at that beautiful Eiffel Tower, the recessed panel. Now, you've got two of those pieces. One is for inside the card, so I'll set that on aside. And you've got one there, one there. This one is the panel underneath. And you've got, oops, three of these pieces. One's for inside and the other two go on here. Rightio. So what I'm going to do is I'll get started putting the champagne foil on the inside edges of both of my pieces. I'm just going to line that up on the grid paper just so that I'm nice and straight. And line up my paper with the grid paper there. Okay, that's that one ready. Now, looking at this, making sure I want to put glue on this side, because there is a right side and a wrong side with this writing. Okay, so glue on that side. Oh. Line up my foil on my grid paper again so that I'm nice and straight. There we go. Okay, so there's my two pieces. Now, the other reason why I'm using the grid paper is I want this bit to go right there. Make sure the measurements are, there's enough for it to overlap on both sides. So you have a little bit of wriggle room, but not a lot. Okay, so I'm going to line that up with that line there underneath. Put my glue on and use that central line as my center of my piece. Glue that. Now, to make this recessed panel look really dynamic, you really do need to put dimensionals on the back. Okay, double-sided foam tape on the back to make these panels stick up and really show off that gorgeous recessed panel. Okay. Rightio. I've got glue on my hands. It's making me stick to everything. Okay. Line that up exactly on the outside edge of your petal pink cardstock. There we go. There's one. And here's the other. Let's put that so I can see a little bit better. Right on the edge of the cardstock. There we go. There's our recessed panel. And I'll stick that onto the front of the card now. And there is a little white border around that piece. While we're here, I may as well stick my foil and paper on the inside of the card. Doesn't appear to be sticking. Pop that over there. Oh, need to trim that. Sometimes my cutting is not exact. That doesn't look very straight either. Okay, next thing is the Eiffel Tower. I haven't popped out all your bits and pieces out of your Eiffel Tower. It should be pretty easy to pop the pieces out. Just be sort of flexible, run your fingers across it, bend it a little bit, or you can use your piercing tool or you take your pick tool to pull out all the pieces. Rightio. There's a whole heap there that are not popped out, but I'm not sure that I'm really too worried. So now this one, you need to put a little bit of glue on the foot of the tower on that side and then some glue on the other sides. Okay, so a little bit on that foot of the tower there, because that's all that's coming across there, and then most of the rest of it will be glued. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous colours. And yeah. Now here's your pieces where you can stamp your greeting. Okay, I've already got my panels from the download, so I only need glue on either side because you're going to straddle the panel. Okay, so one on that side, one on that side, and then your flowers you can stick however you like on your tower on the front, and then you've got another greeting panel for inside as well. Okay, rightio. So I'll leave that one aside. Right, so that's your 3 Parisian Blooms card making kit cards. Enjoy.